welcome to the episode. So last week I was at my local county fair. It's by far my favorite time of year. I go alone and I really just have a lot of fun. I can go multiple days. I can stay as long as I want. I can literally go in the morning and spend the whole day there, and I love it. I don't have to answer to anybody. But this particular year, I was feeling really alone. Just everywhere I looked, I could see people with their families, people with their friends. And usually I love watching the teenagers. They're so full of energy. But this year, watching the teenagers was the hard part. Why do I say that? Well, because teenagers are just so full of life, They would run across the fairground and hug each other. And when you're already feeling alone, it just hits different, Everything you're feeling is just magnified. I think I owe that in part to the fact that I haven't spoken to my sister for a year and a half. And I remember at one point I went to this picnic table, sat down to eat an ice cream cone, and that's when it started. It's almost like I was hyper aware of all the families, the friends. Normally, seeing people bonding at the fair, it's a comforting thing. This year, it really hit me that, I go to this event every year alone. And that's mostly by choice, but also, I don't have a lot of close friendships. But as I was sitting there eating, there was this family sitting in front of me. The father was talking to who I presume was a wife or girlfriend, and he said something to the effect of, well, she was here yesterday. She was alone then too. She must not have any friends. And for some reason, that comment really affected me because I was just sitting there minding my own business, but these people are talking about me like I'm not there, like I can't hear it. I felt really emotional. Even though I didn't cry, I just felt really emotional. And then next thing I know, a staff person from the fairgrounds walks up and starts talking to the guy. And because I'm sitting right there, I could hear everything they're talking about. I could hear the whole exchange. The staff member asked him, "Are you enjoying the fair?" And this was the guy's response. He said, "No, I don't like the fair. I'm only here because the kids wanted to come." And in that moment, the same guy that made a comment that made me feel like shit, that same person made a comment that made me realize why I like going to the fair alone to begin with. Because I don't have to worry about being with someone that doesn't like it or that just came because they wanted to make somebody else happy and they're going to rush me home because, they don't want to be there. So within a few seconds, I felt better again. And I realized, you know what? I'm happy to be here alone because I can stay as long as I want to. I can come as often as I want to. I can get up in the morning and be in there as soon as the gate opens and spend the whole day there and leave when the gate closes. Or I can just be in there for a couple hours and leave when I feel like it. And that's not something you can always do when you go with another person, another party. Just that whole thing just made me realize why I love going to the fair and why I love being there solo. My time is my own. I can enjoy the sights, the sounds, smells, energy, all on my own and on my own terms. So I could have let this guy's comments ruin my day, but instead, I got up, I went back out onto the midway, and I enjoyed the county fair alone. For the next 6 hours or so. Thank you for listening.